Hey, sports fans, this is Robert with WTP Sports Dudes. Here, real quick, to talk about my Texas Longhorns 49 to 17 victory over the Florida Gators. A really, really good game for Quinn Ewers. He went 19 for 27, 333 yards, five touchdowns, no interceptions, no endos. He did get sacked twice, I believe, but overall, he was composed. He did what he was supposed to do against the Florida Gators, a team who had a lot of players missing from their defense. Their top three corners were out, which meant it was going to be a hard night, or not night, hard day for those Florida Gators defensively. Quinn came out. He played exceptionally well. He was well composed. He was able to throw some balls down the field. He was able to complete some passes in the intermediate game. And of course, his throws behind the line of scrimmage is impeccable. He got a great catch and run by Trey Wisner, and another great catch and run by Isaiah Bond. All of those players had a very good game today. Texas actually got a 100-yard rusher in this game out of Jared Gibson. Mainly all of those yards came in the second half in a cleanup duty back there with Arch Manning. So he was able to do some things. But young man, listen, you got to hold on to the football. We can't afford to have fumbles in games of this magnitude. You got to be able to hold on to the football. Secure that thing with two hands when you know you're coming into some contact. He was able to come back after that fumble and still get many, many runs after that. And you saw he was securing that ball after that fumble. But you got to secure that ball, young man, and make sure that you continue to work on that and your pass blocking, and you'll be a great running back someday for the Texas Longhorns. The passing game was really clicking. DeAndre Moore, you had two touchdown catches you probably could have had. Now the one the defensive back probably would have caught you because the ball was a little bit under, not necessarily underthrown, but not in stride to where you could have kept running. The other one in the end zone, though, you got to catch those balls. You've been playing really, really well all season. Get your hands right, buddy. Get your hands right because we can't afford for you to drop passes like that in some of the bigger games that we got coming up, and especially if we make it to the SEC championship game and if we make it to the 12-team college football playoffs, which is looking really good right now for Texas, but they got to keep on getting better and better each week and continue to score points like they did today. That was a good offensive showing today. And we got Arch Manning into the game after one drive in the third quarter. I think no, maybe two drives in the third quarter, which was good for Texas. Defensively, they gave up some points late in that game, um, which we want to pitch shutouts if we can, but we weren't able to do so. But that's okay. We got the win 49 to 17. Defensively, we did give up some rushing yards. One of their backs did get 100 yards rushing against us, but most of their plays was run plays. They didn't want to put the ball into their redshirt freshman quarterback's hands. He threw two picks already in this game, early in this game, where they were tipped balls by Alfred Collins. And Alfred Collins has really been playing lights out defensively. I mean, he's been playing lights out. The whole defense has been playing lights out. One of the best defenses in the country. Hopefully, Texas can continue to play good defense as their offense kicks back into stride. And that was a good win tonight. I mean, I keep saying tonight. Today, this morning for the Texas Longhorns, or this afternoon for the Texas Longhorns, 49-17 over the Florida Gators. The Florida Gators, I have to give them their props. They played extremely hard for 60 minutes for their coach. against the Texas Longhorns. They did not have any laws whatsoever in this game. They played hard with enthusiasm, with grit all game long. Even when they were down 35 nothing, they were still playing hard. I think they were even down 42 to nothing. And they were still playing really, really hard. I wanted Texas to get that shutout to break that streak that Florida has of 456 games scoring points in their games. But Texas wasn't able to do that. They were able to kick a field goal in the third quarter to, keep that streak alive. Which kudos to Florida in that streak because it's a really an amazing streak to have not had any no shutouts ever, not ever, since 1988. They haven't had any shutouts. So that was good to see Florida go ahead and keep that streak going, getting that field goal in the third quarter. Andrew Makuba got him back this week, played exceptionally well in the back end. I know when he seen that truck coming at him at the goal line, that number 13, Ball, man, that guy's a low, 230 pounds, a little. Andrew Makuba's probably 175, 180 maybe. They met at the goal line, but of course, you know how that went. That running back, 235 pounds, got in the end zone. But the great thing is, Makuba came up there with his small frame and laid a good lick. It's just that guy had more leg drive, and he was able to get in the end zone. But it's always good to see that you got players that's ready and willing to stick their nose up in there. And Andrew Makuba did that. He got him an interception today. Michael Tabb played really well. Uh, McDonald played really well. True freshman, um, Ty Anthony Smith got an interception off of one of those tip balls by Alfred Collins. It was a really, really good defensive display, a really, really good offensive display by the Texas Longhorns today. They played really well. They did everything they needed to do to get back in sync with what they want to do the rest of this season. They got a big matchup against Arkansas next week. And as you all know, I've said it many times before, this is one of those rivalry games that Arkansas is going to give it everything they got. And I've said before, Arkansas hates Texas more than they love themselves. So you know they're going to play hard as they can. They're going to try to do everything they can to keep Texas from making it to the SEC championship game and that 12-team playoff. And I'm quite sure Texas is going to do everything they can to make sure that they beat up on Arkansas next week so that they can continue their hopes of making it to the SEC championship game and making it to the 12-team playoff. Great game, Longhorns. 49-17 over the Florida Gators. It was a really, really entertaining game if you're a Texas Longhorn fan. But it was a lot of hope for those Florida fans because your team played really, really hard for their coach. And I believe me, once they get healthy, they're going to be a really good team. And next year, they're going to have this very same schedule next year in the SEC. And they are going to really have it out for some of the teams that they lost to this year. Y'all better watch out for Florida next year. They're going to be pretty talented, especially if DJ Lagway is healthy and he can play that quarterback position for them because he's a game changer. 5-star from, I think he's from the Texas area as well, from the state of Texas. All right, that's all I had. I just wanted to jump on real quick and do a real quick post game. I'm going to go listen to some of these other Texas post games and just hear what they have to say. Thank you for tuning in and for watching our videos. Please remember to subscribe. Please remember to hit the like button. Share our videos with any of your friends and family members and ask them to please subscribe. The more subscribers we get, the better content we can bring to you, and we can continue to bring more and more content the more subscribers we have. Enjoy the rest of your day of college football. Hook 'em.